All right, let's see what happened on April 23rd with Bracket City from the Atlantic. We're just going to fill in the highlighted portions and reduce this down to a headline. Keyboard key that indents, that's tab. Longer hand on a face is the minute hand. Yeah. Minute, you might get 15 minutes of it. 15 minutes of, rest. You could have 15 minutes of heaven. Having one with blank. Okay, I'm gonna skip down to the next part. Kind of talk that might get you fouled. That might get you fouled. Kind of talk that might get you fouled. I don't know. Okay. You rang a bell. There you go. One might have a range and an island, a kitchen. Joust weapon for a knight is a lance. Lance, because it's going to make balance. A tight one requires balance. A tightrope. Headwear with a propeller sometimes. A beanie. Beanie Babies. Okay, kind of talk that might get you fouled. What originally distinguished this from what we're looking for is that it comes from the kitchen or bathroom. That it comes from the kitchen or bathroom. What originally distinguished this from kind of talk that might get you fouled. Get you fouled. I don't kind of talk. I don't know. Okay, well, let's look back up here then. I know we're looking for how I met your mother. How I met your... So we're getting mother. I've hit the blank, the mother load. So L, this is going to get load. So it's got to be ode. Vegetable that might turn you... You are supposed to blank or... having one with blank or death could be bracing. Having one with blank or death could be bracing. You are supposed to blank them, brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. So we're getting teeth. Having one with blank or death, a brush with death, a brush with... I get 15 minutes of it. A brush with death, a brush... Supposed to brush them, so teeth. Might turn your teeth red. It's a beat. Beethoven wrote one to joy, an ode. Okay, so that's all good. But what's this? I've got the next, like, 6 of them figured out. Having one with... Might get 15 minutes of it. Rest? It's 7 minutes in heaven, right? Not 15 minutes in heaven. Having a brush with death. A brush with... 15 minutes of peace? 15 minutes of fame. Fame. 15 minutes. Your 15 minutes of fame. Oh. A brush. Brush. You're supposed to brush them. It's your teeth. Vegetable might turn your teeth red is a beat. Beethoven wrote an ode to joy. I've hit the mother load. Isn't it LO80? The mother load? Isn't it the other kind of load? Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Well, we still haven't figured out kind of talk that might get you fouled. Get you fouled. Fouled is weird. Okay, well, let's see if we can figure this out. So we know we're doing mother. How I Met Your Mother. Mother load. You say okay. So I've hit the mother load. You say pawing through a blank. I've hit the mother load. You say pawing through a blank. What does originally distinguish this from something else is that it comes from the kitchen or bathroom. Pawing through a blank. Oh, a blank bag. A blank bag full of Beanie Babies at a flea market. Book bag. What kind of bag full of Beanie Babies? A paper bag? Pawing through a blank bag full of Beanie Babies. Because, I mean, our final headline is the New York Mets win their first game ever. That's the headline. Because it's How I Met Your Mother. But I got to figure out this part. Kind of talk that might get you fouled. Fouled. How do you... How can you get fouled? Like tarred and feather? Like what? How do you get fouled? Turkey? Talk turkey? Turkey is a foul? I don't know that I like that, but I mean, you have fouls in baseball. I don't know. I'm gonna do turkey. I don't think it's right. What kind of bag? I'm trying to work backwards. You say pawing through a blank bag. I've hit the mother lobe. Pawing through what kind of bag is gonna be full of Beanie Babies? A book bag is what I'm thinking, but what originally distinguished this, a book, from blank, is that it came from the kitchen or bathroom? A towel? Like what? A duffel bag? So what comes from the kitchen or bathroom? That could be a type of bag. Paper bag, plastic bag, trash bag? Trash talk. Trash talk. You get a foul for trash talk in a sport. Okay. Okay, at least it makes sense. What originally distinguished this from trash is that it comes from the kitchen or bathroom. So I thought it was going to be a trash bag. Trash, garbage? Garbage? Garbage bag. I've hit the mother load. How I Met Your Mother. One mistake. Oh, all right. Well, got a 98. I had one mistake. I knew turkey wasn't right, but I just had to guess something because eventually you just got to try something. Oh, man. Okay. Well, interesting. 1962, the New York Mets win their first game ever. I'm not sure when the Mets started as a team. Hopefully, not too long before that, obviously. April 23rd would have been pretty early in the season that year, so I'm assuming that was their first year as a team. But if you know the history with the Mets, let me know. And of course, let me know how your solve of this puzzle went today. And be sure to subscribe for more.